You know, it brings to mind the term bread and circuses. We all obviously know what bread is. And circuses, circuses need entertainers. Those willing to perform for the entertainment of onlookers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and world champion golfer, Mr. Tiger Woods.
It's an honor to be here with you, Mr. President.
Let me fix my bow tie.
So imagine a world if all of us were just one color. If all of us was just blue or green.
What to do with the business is, people? It's your boy That Way with Jack Travis to be precise, man. Now you know how we do, you know how we doing it. Back in the thing again, you understanding me, man? Alright, now we back in the building again, man. You know what I'm saying? I took a little small hiatus. Had a couple life events, man. Someone very near and dear to my heart, me and my father. Went through an emergency medical procedure. Well, I should say it was emergency from the time when he went in and got checked out. But wildly enough, the procedure had been put off a number of weeks, man. And Pop's like 1% from having some really extreme difficulties out here, if not worse. But I love to have to inform you, or be able to inform you, I should say, that everything is on the up and up. Pop's back in the crib. We just back on the road to recovery now. So that's what's been going on in my life, man, as well as a couple other things concerning another person that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is the seed that I brought onto this earth. Some very big developments on that end with that young lady, and I am just elated about the outcome, man. So, all in all, although it's been a trying last week, everything receives thumbs up grades from Jack Travis. So here we are, back in the building. Now, I should say I have a new setup, man. I've got a new mic. I've got a new arm. I've got a new table. I've got new lighting. You dig what I'm saying? Trying to crank this thing up, man. Trying to make my YouTube page something to behold over the course of this year. I hadn't upgraded because I'm making money out of YouTube. Because currently YouTube has just got something against me right now. I'm not understanding. I try to promote videos. There's always a problem with the video I'm trying to promote. I'm not understanding, but I continue to try to get my craft bigger and better and bring it to my people. So we're going to make it do what it do, man, and try to get back in this algorithm. But goddamn it, YouTube full of shit right now. But we back in the building, man, to talk about some other people that are full of shit out here in the world, right? Now, as you know, one Donald J. Trump is the president of these here United States, man. And it's been all kind of chaos, all kind of fracas, all kind of ruckus, all kind of hirings and firings and this, that, and the third here a month in, right? Okay. So you've got this particular breed of individual called a black conservative, black MAGA, coon factor, whatever whatever you dig what I'm saying. Come up with your own thing. I'm not telling you what to call them. I'm just saying what I've heard. You understand? They never really have any real information and real rebuttals to the problems that you have with the way that they appropriate themselves out here in the world behind their political beliefs. It's one thing to believe a thing, and it's one thing to act like a complete wind-up doll. You understand? Those are two different worlds. Nevertheless, they tend to partake in those type of activities on a regular basis, right? And the buck has not stopped. As a matter of fact, in the last couple of days, we had an event that they are just losing their minds over. But the rest of the internet has a hugely different opinion of it. You dig what I'm saying? Now, there's a list of characters, man, involved in this movement in which I could speak on, but we're just going to kind of focus on the couple of them that wanted to put some footage out in the world. And, we're going to mold and shape this thing and go down the road, and I'm going to bring in other little things that are relevant to why I even made the episode. You know how I do. I like to be thorough as much as I can and find interesting angles on this thing. So, You take a guy like a Mr. Boyce Watkins. These are the type of things that Boyce Watkins regularly says on his Twitter page. And so we'll go into this one just real quick. He says, Trump came into office and immediately delivered for his people without apologizing. Obama did not do that. He hesitated. That's why the Democrats lost the trust of the black community. If you'll scroll, I liked the interesting interaction that came after the first reply. First reply went, now I have an honest question, Dr. Boyce. What specific actions would have constituted delivering on Obama's promises? Other than high rhetoric, I do not recall many specific promises. Universal health care, perhaps. Boyce says he could have started by issuing a few thousand pardons for all of the black men Biden incarcerated under the 3 strikes law. You know, I watch Boyce Watkins, man, and I think he's just trolling because he doesn't really have a lot to offer to the conversation. His rebuttal, his tweets, his statements, his stances, leave a lot to be desired. You know what I'm saying? So it's like his reply was like, I don't even really know how to respond to that. Like, just because Obama and Biden were, he was his running mate, he should have just released criminals. I don't think just releasing criminals just willy-nilly is ever a good idea, i.e. the January 6th, 1500. That turned out to be a horrible idea out the gate. So, but again, that just got it started. That's the mindset of the people, the particular group of individuals that we're going to examine in this piece of footage, man. And so, going from the extreme of, say, a Boyce Watkins, you go over to a guy named Bishop Talbert Swain. Now, I'm not sure if many of you all are familiar with Bishop, but Bishop go hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Bishop go hard in the paint. Never that thing again. I'm telling you, it's like a thing now. Every time I make an episode and get on camera, I don't do it until I get on camera and start talking. It's like I'll hiccup and burp at the same time. It's just like crazy as hell. But still I rise. You go to a guy like Bishop Swain. Now, Bishop Swain had something like this to say. Here we go again. History repeating itself. A white supremacist administration that's actively dismantling DEI programs, threatening black history education, and pushing policies steeped in racism has the audacity to hold a Black History Month celebration. And who's front and center? Sycophantic sellouts, drunk on proximity to whiteness and power, laughing while holding up a cutout of Pastor Jamal Bryant, one of the fiercest voices against Trump's war on black America. Now, you want to say, I know you want to, like, what event we talking about, man? What went on? What going on? You dig what I'm saying? And we'll get started by just show the introduction of the man of the hour, if you will. You understand what I'm saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and world champion golfer, Mr. Tiger Woods.
It's an honor to be here with you, Mr.
I ain't gonna hold you, my nigga. Tiger Woods look like a raging alcoholic, don't he, man? Oh my God. Tiger like he dead drunk right then. Oh, he definitely guilty of everything. Listen, bro. Where did he even come from? I hadn't heard anything from Tiger Woods about nothing. No good golf playing. No philanthropy. No philanthropy. Philanthropic. Let's just say that. Philanthropic efforts. I hadn't heard about it, man. Where Tiger Woods come from? He happy to be there with that big stupid ball spot. Like, Tiger Woods been wearing a golf hat since he was born. What city you born? In the place where you wear a golf hat at the hospital. That where he come from.
President.
It's Black History Month. Today we pay tribute to the generations of black legends, champions, warriors, and patriots who helped drive our country forward. Together we're going to be fighting long and hard for black Americans and all Americans. We're going to be fighting for all Americans.
We are in the presence of the greatest president of all time.
We love you all. We're going to work with you. We're going to make America greater than ever before. We're going to do it together, and I want to thank you all.
But yeah, Tiger Woods co-signing the approach of Donald Trump. You see all the usual players or playerettes, if you want to call them such. Coon, whatever, you know, I'm not policing your terminology. You say what you will about these individuals. The usual characters, the cast of characters, everybody got a cheese grin on their face. Probably a hit of Brute cologne. You know, it's just, I don't know, man. Trump says he's going to be fighting for black Americans and all Americans going forward. And that's what it is. Well, you know, I beg to differ as we examine certain things going down through this here piece of video footage. But again, we're going to examine some people that were involved in this utterly embarrassing display. You dig what I'm saying? So let's get the ball rolling on a couple of people, man, and let's just see that. Let's see what direction they go in. But now, bear in mind before we go into it, you know, you hear Trump say that he's going to be a staunch advocate fighting for black people. He's hosting all these black people at this event. You know, it's up his stuck, man. I'm rocking with y'all. You know what I mean?
And I want to thank all of you very much for being here. Welcome to the White House, and we proudly celebrate Black History Month. How are you, darling? Today we pay tribute to the generations of black legends, champions, warriors, and patriots who helped drive our country forward to greatness. And you really are great people. What a great, nice group of... I have some people in front of me every once in a while with all the problems that are caused all over the world. They're not nice. They're not nice. And but we're making them nice, I can tell you that, and we're making them nice rapidly. So we're pleased to be joined in this really beautiful afternoon at the White House by hundreds of incredible members of the African American community.
Bear in mind these two images. They'll be relevant a little bit down the line. So, but let's check out how things were going inside the party, man.
Let me fix my bow tie. We at the White House? We back in here. We waiting on President Donald J. Trump. Let's go. Yeah. Big time. I look so good in the red.
Hold them mother suckers accountable.
So elderly.
Yeah, that's right. Jamal. Yeah, that's right.
Look at the cool. Look at the cool. Look at the cool. Always cooning for you. Look at the cool. Look at the cool. Look at the
Dom Luca, Terrence Williams, David Harris, Three Stooges. Yes, man. Hey, they having the time of their lives. They made it. Nigga, we made it to the White House. I don't even know if that was in the White House. It was on the grounds or what have you. But, you know, these aren't the things that, you know, you can't put things like this on your resume. I went to a party at the White House. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, these aren't the things that, when people bring up issues with the current administration and how they view certain policies or certain positions and deem those policies non-conducive to their demographic, or deem certain positions unmanageable, you dig what I'm saying, unsustainable by a particular group or category of individuals. So, I don't know if these are the things that we look forward to say that we're making some progress out here. Now, I say we loosely because I don't associate, myself with that particular group of skin folk. You dig what I'm saying? Say all skin folk and kin folk. That's the saying. You dig what I'm saying? So, I see these things, but you have to dig deeper. There's a surface thing, and I look at these people, and it's like, there's no way. Because they are, I do give them the benefit of the doubt that they are capable. Or you know what? I don't know. I can't say it. I was going to say that they are capable of the same critical thinking that people, a sane person, I would say, does when looking at these policies and these people and these environments and making a determination on whether that's the best fit for you. I have to think that they understand what's really going on, but there's a lot of dirt shit individuals that are doing anything for money, man. That's really what it boils down to. That's like the basic bottom line of this thing. You dig what I'm saying? Because there's no way. You watch these people when they get in serious debates with people, and they all just rehash the same old talking points. So it's hard to ever, and I don't know any of them personally, so you know what I'm saying, having a conversation off camera may be different, man, but I find it impossible for these people to actually not know that they're full of shit. You dig what I'm saying? But for whatever purposes, they continue to stick with it and go down these crazy paths, man, and just, I don't know, man. It'd be a weird place to be, You've alienated yourself from the side that that you are of, and you will never be accepted into, because these are like the new breed of black mockers. You know what I'm saying? And now that MAGA is back in control, I mean, you see that they, everyone outside of a particular look and a particular background is discarded. You dig what I'm saying? So, and they have no problem with letting you know that, we really, your services are needed. So, that was a bit of the celebration, man. But now, I flashed a couple of images, and I told you to keep that in your mind. And so now we're going to get into the relevance of those photos. Bakari Sellers came out and put out a tweet in which he said, all of these black people jumping around with Donald Trump cheesing yesterday while the USDA suspended the 1890 Scholars Program. It's full tuition for students from rural and underserved communities that study agriculture. A list of the schools are as follows: Alabama A&M University, Alcorn State University, Central State University, Delaware State University, Florida A&M University, Fort Valley State University, Kentucky State University, Langston University, Lincoln University, North Carolina A&T State University, Prairie View A&M University, South Carolina State University, Southern University, Tennessee State University, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Virginia State University, and West Virginia State University. So, at the same time where everybody's partying it up, and he gives lip service to what he's going to do for the black community and this, that, and the third, but at the same time quietly, and I wouldn't be surprised if they were announcing that as the party was going on. Now, you wouldn't hear any of these people in this party, and now if you go in the tweets, they'll give you a default stance, something like, oh, black people didn't benefit from that anyways. How much of that money allocated for those applications was being put in people's pocket, and they're buying boats and getting nails done with it and all of that. They would give you the default stance, man. Again, none of them are really serious people as it pertains to really being able to stand on business and have anything relevant to say. You know, when people challenge their particular stance or their beliefs or comments, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, things that come out of their mouths, type of tweets that they put out. So these are the things that are really happening outside of a bullshit for the visuals party, man. You know what I'm saying? And again, I have to feel like these people know full well what's going on, man. But maybe for some other, you know, some reason that they don't want to, you know, probably properly admit to, but you could pretty much ascertain that there's some reasoning, some financial reasoning behind it. Although don't many of them look like they really getting no money out. You ain't really getting to no check, you heard me? But that's where we are now. We've got another interesting character that I guess is a staunch, you know, another staunch follower. He's just, but you know, I saw a video from this guy a couple of months ago wherein he was around a group of fellow supporters that really let him know exactly what they thought about him. You know what I'm saying? And he made a video coming out crying on the internet, couldn't believe that they were being like that towards him. He thought that they were, you know what I'm saying? I thought they was my buddies, man. He put that video out, but yeah, here on down the road, he was one of the invitees. You understand what I'm saying? And so he went on a scavenger hunt around the party looking for someone to help him find racism.
The Trump administration is so racist. I've been invited with some other black people to a Black History Month event at the White House. You see how racist they are? Let me show you what this looks like. Let me expose all of this racism.
I was ready to give them a piece of my mind. I didn't see the racist here, but I didn't give up. This black man couldn't help me find the racist. He just kept talking about running for Senate. I see this nice lady on the news a lot, but she couldn't help me find any either. Yeah, these people were no help. The band just kept telling me they were there to play music. I saw a lot of really good food, and it seemed like some plot to poison all the black people there, so I stayed away. They made this lady sing and put her in a gown. Must be a huge diversion. None of these people could help me find the racists, and this is starting to get frustrating. Man, these cakes look good, but nope. Got to stay focused on finding racists. They keep telling me this guy is the biggest racist, but he just kept talking about great black Americans and Black History Month. Then he brought these guys out and just kept talking about how great they are and hugging them, which seemed super weird for such a huge racist to do. Since I couldn't find any racists, I just decided to take pictures.
Yeah, no, yeah, he actually made that video and put it out. Yeah, no, I didn't AI make that video. So Rob Smith went on a journey, you know. Went on a fact-finding mission throughout the crowd of the party to try and figure out if he could find this elusive racism. Well, it's right there on your Google. Huh? You know, if you want to go watch old clips, you know, see what his associates are saying, the people he's hiring, you know, you want to go to the minutes of the day. I just told you about the HBCU cutting thing, and we've got another little juicy tidbit about where that doggone darned racism, where is it at? You know, you may apply a different word to it, while others, you know, will apply their terminology to it. But we've got instances, Mr. Rob Smith, you know, since you can't happen to find them on the night of that party, searching around the party full of brown noses. You've got to, you know, check your, review your sources, man. You got to go to, you dig what I'm saying? If you want some fish, you got to go to the sea. Now, I know, you know, the analogy is plenty fish in the sea doesn't necessarily apply to Mr. Rob Smith because he, you know, so my bad. But again, this is where we are with things. So, you know, and maybe, you know, all right, they invited this guy and he had a really poignant moment, man. A really hard hitting speech that really put this thing in perspective and maybe make people reconsider their decision and maybe want to go over there with the black markers.
We need where we could like mix, and we could like, you know, mingle amongst each other and shit. So like imagine a world if all of us was just one color. If all of us was just blue or green Oh, if everybody was smart, you gotta have some dumb people. Oh, what if everybody was rich? Who gonna take the trash out? We're gonna make America great again and make hate free again. Yeah. Let's go ahead, y'all. They can see you winning. They wanna see you win until the city. I need a yellow baby who will listen. I wanna be the one you really. Who gon' listen? Girl, I wanna be the one you listen. Y'all don't do me like that. Turn up on me.
Kodak said, "Don't do me like that, y'all. Y'all turn up." The most low energy, low vibrational performance I've ever witnessed in my life. We gonna cut them this slack though. It's not that they weren't turned up, Kodak. They just had no idea who you are. These people don't listen. Well, Sharice Lane, the one you heard, she's from Florida, so she loves Kodak. She knew all the lyrics. No one else in the room knew the lyrics. I don't even think the people with Kodak knew the lyrics. Who was even with Kodak? What did he have on? What is he talking about? Kodak said, what if everybody was, did he say, what if everybody was blue? What the fuck? Watch Avatar. You'll see if everybody was blue, my nigga. What if everybody was rich? What does any of this matter? What are you talking about? Kodak, they celebrating Kodak. They cool with Kodak mumbling, probably half geek, right? These are the same people who went crazy about Kendrick Lamar last week or so at the Super Bowl. Oh, we can't understand what he's talking about. White people don't get it. White people all in the comments. Oh, beautiful celebration. Look at Kodak, such a patriot. It's so crazy, bro. But you know, I've got more maybe supporting evidence for the things going on in that administration and the people in and around it not being racist. I mean, look at this right here. Look at this right here, what just happened. Let's pull this up. Alice Marie Johnson says, I am deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve as pardon czar and for the trust placed in me to help those impacted by our criminal justice system. This role is a chance to offer second chances and restore hope to individuals who have paid their debt to society. I am thankful for the support of my family and all those who have worked tirelessly to bring about this moment, and I am committed to making a meaningful difference in the lives of those seeking a fresh start. Yours truly, Alice Marie Johnson, your new pardon czar. Now, some will look at that and say, look at that, man. Trump is putting black people in places to thrive. Now, I don't know the full parameters of what a pardon czar does, but I know what a pardon is. Pardon is, a prisoner meets certain qualifications, requirements, or what have you, and he's then, or her is then, let out of their jail prison sentence and returned to society. I know about that much from it. And I know that czar is just a name. It's not really a czar. Border czar, bro, is not really, he's more the one get on camera and talk. You dig what I'm saying? So, I think that I can ascertain that Miss Lady right here has been chosen to be the person to come on camera and talk about a particular pardoning. Do I believe that she's going to be given the input, the authority to recommend who's pardoned? I don't. And let's think about if she did. Who would she likely pick? You know she can't pick too many black people. You can picture her putting a piece of paper on Stephen Miller of Trump's desk with too many black folks. Like going down the list, like, okay, J6 dude, okay. This doctor got caught embezzling, stealing out of drill. All right, we let him out. This dude, bombed the abortion clinic. Yeah, he was right the whole time. We let him out. Who was Laquan? They won't even get to what he did. Laquan. So maybe they're not though, man. You know what I'm saying? They brought Kodak in. They brought the Rat Pack in. Pardons are Tiger Woods. Nigga, the list of stuff I'm naming, and I'm just like, you telling me it's somebody out here taking this serious? Like, yeah, boy, look at what he doing for black folks. Oh my God. Now, unqualified young lady to be a pardon czar. Countless unqualified people to be in the positions that they've been put in by DJT. No racism or discrimination, any administration, so they say. All right? What do we think about this right here?
The former Joint Chiefs of Staff, C.Q. Brown. This man spent 4 decades in the military. He's a fighter pilot with thousands of hours of flight time. He's an instructor. This man has flying in combat, I think something like 300 hours. What should we make of his firing and the tonight shakeups at the Pentagon? One can't say he wasn't qualified for the job.
No, he was certainly qualified for the job, Stephanie, and also in a job that's largely supposed to be apolitical. What we can make of his firing is that he was caught up in basically what President Trump describes as an effort to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion in the government. C.Q. Brown had spoken out during the Black Lives Matter movement about the importance of diversity and inclusion, and we've seen that in our armed forces over the years with the integration of the military before many other institutions were integrated in the United States. So what we've seen here is basically a bloodbath at the Joint Chiefs of Staff, not only C.Q. Brown, but also the Chief of Naval Operations and the Vice Chair of the Vice Chair of the Joint Chiefs being sacked tonight. This is something that will sort of go down in history, not only for that, but because of the person that the president has now appointed, Dan Kane, a lieutenant general who did not have any of the prerequisite jobs that typically, under a law, someone is supposed to have before they become chairman of the Joint Chiefs. The president can waive that, but historically we've seen a real step up ladders so that you end up with somebody who really knows what they're doing in that job.
Yep, that happened. Roland Martin says, let's be clear. Donald Trump has fired General C.Q. Brown, Charles Q. Brown, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff because he's a black man. They do not want black people in high-ranking positions. He and Pete Hegseth claims Brown, only the second African-American to ever hold the position, was too focused on diversity. This administration is all about white, heterosexual, conservative men, period. Now, you'll see a document or two produced that they swear is where the man outlined his love for the DEI programs and the other communities and how much he values them being in the military. And you could not convince me, bro, that any 40-year, any hardcore military person would make a serious statement in the direction of the strongest military is by literally allowing any and everything to line up and grab a gun. It doesn't even make sense that one of them would think like that. You dig what I'm saying? Excuse me. But of course, they'll take someone saying that a person from a particular community should not be barred from entering the armed forces, period, they'll take that into he's too woke. Oh, he just wants to infiltrate the military with blue-haired da-da-da-da-da's that don't want to really shoot. They want to shoot a gun and it just, the bang come out and roll out like in a little flag. Like, no military person thinks like that, bro. But they'll take and twist each and everything that they say into what fits their agenda, man, to in the end enact the policies and procedures that they would like to see in place. But if you let Rob Smith and others tell it, you know, you just can't seem to find any instance of racism or discrimination or biases out here. They just can't seem to find it, right? It eludes them. Plenty of other people can see it, and when they see the footage that other people have seen, they've got an excuse for it or no comment for it or what have you. You know, they've been getting pretty ate up about this whole party thing. You dig what I'm saying? And rightfully so, man. It's one thing to go to that party. It's another thing to get on camera and talk about, nigga, we made it. And act as though just because you were invitee to a party that changes what they're actually putting in black and white. You dig what I'm saying? What they're actually empowering out here. What they're taking away. As if it doesn't affect you or won't affect you. They don't, man, they don't see a difference in David Harris and George Floyd, bro. They don't see a difference in Sharice Lane and Breonna Taylor. I'm promising you. So, you know, it's a weird time we live in. But, you know, we've seen these people. They've always existed in every movement. But, you know, I don't really care about other movements. I care about my demographic movement. And, you know, spooks by the door. They've always existed, man. You know, it takes a guy like Malcolm X to put it properly in perspective for you.
There was two kinds of slaves. There was the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house with master. They dressed pretty good. They ate good because they ate his food, what he left. They lived in the attic or the basement, but still they lived near their master. And they loved their master more than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro said, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro. If the master's house caught on fire, the house Negro would fight harder to put the blaze out than the master would. If the master got sick, the house Negro would say, what's the matter, boss? We sick. We sick. He identified himself with his master more than his master identified with himself. And if you came to the house Negro and said, let's run away, let's escape, let's separate, that house Negro would look at you and say, man, you crazy. What you mean separate? Where is there a better house than this? Where can I wear better clothes than this? Where can I eat better food than this? That was that house Negro. In those days, he was called a house nigger. And that's what we call him today because we still got some house niggers running around here. This modern house Negro loves his master. He wants to live near him. He'll pay 3 times as much as the house is worth just to live near his master. And then brag about, I'm the only Negro out here. I'm the only one on my job. I'm the only one in this school. You're nothing but a house Negro. And if someone come to you right now and say, let's separate, you say the same thing that the house Negro said on the plantation. What you mean separate? From America? This good white man? Where you gonna get a better job than you get here? I mean, this is what you say. I ain't left nothing in Africa. That's what you say. Why, you left your mind in Africa. On that same plantation, there was the field Negro. The field Negro, those were the masses. There was always more Negroes in the field than there was Negroes in the house. The Negro in the field caught hell. He ate leftovers. In the house, they ate high up on the hog. The Negro in the field didn't get nothing but what was left of the insides of the hog. They call them chitlins nowadays. In those days, they call them what they were, guts. That's what you were, a gut eater. And some of you all still gut eaters. The field Negro was beaten from morning till night. He lived in a shack, in a hut. He wore cast-off clothes. He hated his master. I say he hated his master. He was intelligent. That house Negro loved his master. But that field Negro, remember, they were in the majority. And they hated his master. When the house caught on fire, he didn't try and put it out. That field Negro prayed for a wind, for a breeze. When the master got sick, the field Negro prayed that he died. If someone come to the field Negro and said, let's separate, let's run, he didn't say, where are we going? He said, any place is better than here. You got field Negroes in America today. I'm a field Negro.
This has been That Way with Jack Travis. Blah.